I'm glad to get the opportunity to talk on this very important topic here today. Look, people, families, workers all over Ireland and Kerry are suffering with the increasing cost of fuel. Many can't carry on, many won't survive. If diesel rises further, work will stop. Wheels will grind to a halt, and as government didn't recognise this 2 weeks ago, they must bring forward a mini budget to deal with the problems, and he certainly cannot rise the carbon tax any further. Just because Eamon Ryan can manage with a bicycle here around Dublin and has several other options of public transport, trains, buses, darts and loos, but it's a totally different story if you're in Guinea, Gillis, Scotland, Cornwall, Castleisland, Brosnan, Knocknagoshton, and you need to go to work in Munster Joinery, Cadbury's in Rathmore, Levers in Killarney or Walsh's Colour Print. You need a car. There is no other option, no other choice. You have to travel several miles to go to work. Parents who have to take their children to school need a car. They have no other choice. When you live in outlying places in Linkar, Killordan or Carsavine or Kilgarvan, you can't put 2 or 3 children up on the bar of a bike together and bring them to school. This government of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael is contented letting the people in rural Ireland suffer all these extra costs of living in order to keep the Green Party on side. Indeed, when we were making our case to Mr Santini in the Committee of Agriculture from the EU about the savage increase in fertiliser costs, a Green Party deputy said he was happy, saying that it would help farmers to go organic and spread less fertiliser. He thinks, of course, that he is city-based, saying this won't hurt him electorally. But the cost of if the cost of production of food goes up, the cost to the consumer goes up as well. How do Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael backbenchers content themselves with utterances like this? Farmers are terrified, and many don't know how or if they will be able to continue. With the cost of agri-diesel gone up from 38 cents to more than €1 from this time last year, feed costs are doubled and fertiliser costs are up triple. 330 a tonne for urea last July, and it's now 940, and it's even hard to get it. And when we pressed Minister Hackett about the cost of fertiliser, she told us that he would have to writing a letter to someone. God Almighty, is that all he can do? What about dropping the tariff, the anti-dumping tariff? That would mean €50. Would he ever consider giving the farmers a subsidy of €100 a tonne towards the savage cost of fertiliser? That in itself would help to keep the cost of food down for housewives. Commercial lorry owners in the transport industry are at breaking point. They came up here outside the gates months ago and made their case in an ordinary, respectful manner. I asked them, Taoiseach, to at least forego the extra tax that he would accrue from the increased cost of the fuel, VAT and excise, and give this sector a chance. But he didn't respond, and he have nothing done. That's 3 or 4 months ago. He took $3 billion more than 2020 in VAT returns, $1 billion more than your own projections. God Almighty, would he give some bit of it back to the people, see would they continue and survive? Truck owners face several other rises in costs: tyres, batteries, AdBlue and many other wearing components. All these things, the price of them has doubled. To top it all, they can't get parts. A fierce delay because of Brexit. It is a scandal to God, in God's eyes, that people on benefit payments don't qualify for fuel allowance. Can you imagine that people on illness benefit, job seekers benefit, maternity benefit, disabled benefit, enhanced illness benefit and occupational injuries benefit, a pensioner living with a cancer patient on illness benefit won't qualify for fuel allowance, even though these people have paid contributions to entitle them to get the benefit. No, they're not entitled to the fuel allowance. I've raised this before and he've done nothing about it. These are vulnerable people, these are many of them sick people in a bad way, and he's talking about what he's done if nothing done for these classes of people. Gas has gone up 10% again yesterday, and we have Eamon Ryan, the Minister for the Environment, writing, making a submission against Shannon LNG, where we would have a hope of getting gas in from America, maybe, and they want to sell it to us, because soon we won't be able to get it from the Russians. Elderly people need heat in their homes to survive, more so than younger people. They will perish in their homes if we don't act to help them. This mini-budget should reverse the decision to increase the carbon tax in budget 22 and beyond until the full impact of the energy crisis is fully understood and the cost-benefit analysis undertaken by whatever parliamentary means necessary, including new legislation if required. The mini-budget must reduce the excise duty on all motor fuel by at least 50% until the energy crisis abates, and a proper and common sense plan for rural public transport alternatives is put in place in every rural community, and the purchase price point of electric cars is affordable to the ordinary motorist and is practical, and not to be trying to force people away from diesel cars or petrol cars until you have a reasonable alternative and a practical alternative, which the electric car is not at the present time, and give over the cutting, because he know that he's wrong in that, and people will adapt and change if it is practical. The mini budget must reduce the excise duty on petrol, currently 62.77 cents per litre, and diesel currently 51.9% per litre, by at least 50% from now until the end of 22, which alone would save around €18 on a €100 fill of petrol or diesel for the regular motorist. The mini budget must reduce VAT on all motor fuels, electricity and home heating oil to below 5% until the end of 2022. I'm appealing to you to do this, ministers. Otherwise, people can't stay going. They can't continue forever, indefinitely. And as has been said here, it'll be shortly, it'll be over €2 a litre. He'll have to do something. It's not fair to continue insisting on a carbon tax just to please the Greens and to keep them on side. Think of the people that elected you in rural Ireland. Think of the people that always voted for you. But they're changing their minds, and nothing will stop them of changing their minds.